Hi, I'm Tim Hankiewicz, Music Director of Orchestra Iowa, and I'm here with Brian Glick, the Executive Artistic Director of Revival Theater. Hey, we got a concert coming up. I brought my jazz hands. What are we doing?
We're going to do Broadway Pops.
Broadway Pops, yeah.
And I'm really excited about this because we've collaborated before with Music Man and Rodgers and Hammerstein at the last Jerusalem Orchestra.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little different. We've got some composers and lyricists that we're performing that we haven't done in a while.
So it's different in that it's a more contemporary feel of Broadway?
Yeah, more contemporary and just stuff that you maybe haven't heard in a long time or at all.
Yeah. What are kind of the pieces that our audience can expect?
A lot of Sondheim.
Yep.
Weber.
Yep.
Adam Gettle from Light in the Piazza.
Okay, so actually, before you even go any further, that's already quite diverse.
Yeah.
So when you are casting this, I mean, is it difficult to, just because somebody can sing doesn't necessarily mean they can sing a particular role. And so if we're doing all this, what kind of challenges did that put you under?
Well, you want to make sure you don't just have a song that one song for one soloist.
Right.
And there's nothing else.
And they're done.
And they're done. So it's not as easy as you may think. Sometimes you think, oh, you get to put your own show together. That should be easy. You could work on that for a good year before you come to an agreement. And then you got to look at, do we have access to the music? Do you have the right keys? What's the cost of that?
Right. Licensing is a real issue. I don't think the layperson really understands. Just because we want to do a piece doesn't mean we can either get it or you do. There's licensing involved. You said something interesting about the right key.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these famous pieces come in a variety of key, and that's designed not by accident, so you have more flexibility in your casting. Correct.
Yeah. So that all plays an important role, and of course we don't want just great singers, but someone who really understands how to perform the song.
Right. It's not just about the voice. It's also there are a lot of character pieces.
Absolutely. And then of course there's the other layer of performing with a full orchestra. Not everyone has had that experience.
Right. There are two things that I'm looking forward to as a conductor. The music of Sondheim, in terms of actually physical conducting. I mean, it is so fluid. It takes a conductor and an orchestra with a lot of trust. So from the technical aspect, I really am looking forward to that. But also in terms of the tunesmithing and the symphonic nature of the music, things like Les Mis or anything by Andrew Lloyd Webber, it's very, very lush and satisfying to play. And I assume to sing and perform as well. So there's something for everybody in this program.
Yeah, and you don't always get to hear these scores played by this many musicians.
Right.
So that's a whole nother sort of element of surprise and excitement, I think, for the audience and the performers, is between the programming and the presentation, it creates a unique experience.
It is an occasion.
It is.
Rather than just a concert.
It is.
Well, you can't miss this concert because you only get a chance to hear it once at the Paramount on May 2nd. We'll see you there.